The Owabi River shimmered in the early morning light, its surface reflecting the golden rays of the sun. The rising sun painted the sky in hues of orange and pink, casting a warm glow over the tranquil waters. It was a beautiful day, with a clear blue sky stretching endlessly above, promising a day of peace and serenity. Birds sang in the nearby trees, their melodies a sweet serenade to the start of a new day, filling the air with their joyful tunes. The air was cool and fresh, carrying the scent of wildflowers and damp earth, a perfect blend of nature's fragrances. It was a day that held the promise of joy, a day where families gathered by the river to create memories. The Owabi River, a ribbon of silver winding through the lush Ghanaian countryside, had long been a place of peace and tranquility, a sanctuary for those seeking solace. Locals came to its banks to fish, to reflect, to connect with nature, finding comfort in its gentle flow and serene surroundings. On this particular day, the river's serene beauty was about to be shattered as dark clouds began to form on the horizon, hinting at an impending storm. A family's laughter, echoing through the trees, would soon be silenced, their joy replaced by fear and uncertainty. The day, so full of promise, would end in unimaginable heartbreak, leaving a lasting scar on the hearts of those who had come to find peace by the Owabi River. The Mensah family arrived at their favorite spot by the river. They spread out their blanket under the shade of a large baobab tree, its ancient branches reaching out like protective arms. The air buzzed with the excitement of the three children. They were eager to explore.
Life is good. I have my family, my health, and a deep sense of contentment.
Kofi, the father, watched his children with pride. His wife, Abena, hummed a cheerful tune as she unpacked their picnic basket. Little did he know this contentment was about to be ripped away. The children played by the river's edge. Their laughter echoed across the water. 10-year-old Kwame, full of youthful exuberance, dared his younger brother Yor to a race. They sprinted along the bank, their small legs pumping furiously.
Be careful, boys.
Abena called out, reminding them to be careful. Kofi smiled, their energy contagious. Suddenly there was a splash, then silence. Kofi's smile vanished, his heart lurched. He scanned the riverbank frantically. Kwame was gone.
Kwame, where are you?
Kofi's voice was hoarse with panic, each shout tearing at his throat. He raced towards the riverbank, his eyes desperately searching the water, hoping for a glimpse of his son. The current was deceptively strong, its calm surface hiding a powerful force beneath.
No, Kwame, please, no.
Abena screamed, her worst fears coming true as she saw the empty riverbank. Yor stood frozen on the bank, his eyes wide with shock and disbelief, unable to move.
Hold on, Kwame, we're coming, just hold on.
Without a second thought, Kofi dove into the water, his mind focused only on saving his son. He swam with powerful strokes, his heart pounding in his chest, each beat echoing his desperation. His eldest son, Kwesi, quickly followed, determined to help in any way he could. They searched frantically, their hope dwindling with each passing second, the weight of fear pressing down on them. Abena's cries pierced the stillness of the afternoon, her pleas to God a desperate mantra begging for a miracle. What seemed like an eternity was only minutes, each second stretched out, filled with a growing sense of dread and helplessness. Emergency responders arrived, their sirens a jarring contrast to the peaceful sounds of the river. The tranquility of the scene was shattered by the urgency of their mission. They worked quickly and efficiently, but their faces were grim. The weight of the situation was evident in their every movement, their every glance. The current had carried Kwame too far downriver. The river, once a source of joy and play, had become a relentless force of nature.
We found him, but it's too late. The words hung in the air, heavy and final.
When they finally found Kwame's small, lifeless body, the world stopped for the Mensah family. Time seemed to freeze, and the reality of their loss began to sink in. Kofi collapsed on the riverbank, his sobs racking his body. The strength he had always shown was now replaced by an overwhelming grief.
No, my baby. The cries echoed through the air, a raw and painful expression of a parent's worst fear realized.
Abena's cries were heart-wrenching, the sound of a mother's worst nightmare realized. Her pain was palpable, a deep and unending sorrow. The Owabi River, once a place of peace, now held only the weight of their unimaginable grief. The water, which had once brought joy, now carried their tears.
We're here for you. We'll get through this together. The words were a lifeline, a promise of support in the darkest of times.
The community rallied around the family, their support a small comfort in the face of such devastating loss. In their shared sorrow, they found a semblance of strength. The tragedy served as a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of water safety. It was a lesson learned too late, but one that would not be forgotten. But most of all, it underscored the heartbreaking truth that even in the most idyllic settings, tragedy can strike in an instant. The river, serene